And we are back. Welcome back to another episode of Player vs. Team, aka PVT. And y'all see I'm back with the full squad. I got my boy DJ Micah B and my boy illustrious DJ. I'm sorry. Steamin' Willie Beeman. How we doing, fellas?
What's up? What's up?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I just got in on a workout, so
yeah.
I apologize if I fall asleep during this podcast.
Can you explain to the crowd exactly what you made for dinner that may cause you to fall asleep due to the ice?
That is absolutely not true. I made honey chipotle, sausage, and chicken pasta.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of mad I made the chicken that damn because the chicken was really good. I was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have seasoned this shit so good. Because I had to throw it in the.
Yeah, hey, I like that, man. That sounds really good over there, man.
Yeah, that shit was fire. Yeah. That chipotle honey. Then you got to take the cream. I took half and half. I don't really do heavy cream as much as I used to now that I got older. But I took I used half and half instead of heavy cream. Threw it up in there, and yeah,
okay.
It's fire.
Chef Boy or DJ Micah B, I hear you. Come on with it.
Wasn't always like that, but it is now.
Hey, there you go, man. We gotta grow up and evolve somehow, some way, and that's what we do, man. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Cooking is essential. All right, grown up activities. All right, fellas, y'all know what it is, man. We're gonna start off with the show with our nerd question of the day. We kind of talked about it a little bit backstage. We had a few bouncing around the old noodle, but we came down to this one right here. Now, if you guys in the audience can't see this, I'm gonna go ahead and read off the names. We have a top, bottom, 1v1. These are not team matchups. These are 1v1s. Top v bottom. We have one Darkseid and Thanos, Steppenwolf and the Hulk, Doomsday and the Abomination. Now, again, these are 1v1s. Top v bottoms. Fellas, the floor is yours. Let's go ahead and start right to left, meaning we're going to start with the Doomsday and the Abomination. Graphic will come back up after this first matchup. Doomsday and the Abomination. Fellas, who do you got?
Go ahead, Will.
Oh, okay. Don't get me wrong, I like Abomination. Good character. Hella strong. Doomsday is just too much. He's just too much. He can't be killed the same way twice. He also has the ultra recovery when he does get hurt. I think he's just too much for the Abomination. Abomination is tough, but Doomsday is a whole different weight class. So I got to go with Doomsday.
DJ Micah B, how we feeling?
Isn't Doomsday the one that eventually beat Superman, even though Superman came back to life?
Kill Superman. Mm-hmm. Killed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's nothing more to be said on my side. Okay, I just had to make sure. The comic is titled "Death of Superman." Like, come on.
There was so much that got brought to light with that book too.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna go with Doomsday. The person that was, or the thing, not even the person, the thing that was literally constructed to beat one Superman, to kill one Superman, which he succeeded. And if you read the comics, Doomsday only gets worse every single time that they see him. So there's that. Now, back to the graphic we have, which I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be a clean sweep. Easy dub for the mean green one. But we have one Steppenwolf and the Incredible Hulk. Fellas, I'm pretty sure I already know where we're going.
They did Steppenwolf so wrong in that movie because if you go reading back in the comics, he's not that weak like he was in the movies.
Absolutely not.
But he's still not on par with the Hulk. Too much strength, too much veracity come from the Hulk. And like Micah said, you better be glad they ain't World Breaker Hulk, because that was World Breaker Hulk, man. This wouldn't be 5 minutes, but I gotta go with Hulk.
I think people sleep. I'm obviously going with the Hulk. I don't think this is a question, but I think people sleep on how fast the Hulk really is. That's one thing I try to explain to people. I was like, y'all don't understand how fast the Hulk is. This dude, he might not be the Flash or Superman, but this dude still has superhuman speed. He is quick as hell. And can you imagine I would close to say 2 tons of pure muscle running at you. Let's just say at 75 miles per hour, don't hit you, just run into you. Steppenwolf don't stand a chance.
Yeah, I think we're all, like I said, we're all probably going to be a clean sweep on this one and go with the Incredible Hulk. I know that Steppenwolf is definitely disrespected in live action.
Big time disrespected.
Definitely formidable. But when you're going against somebody like one Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk, yeah, it's really not a fair matchup.
You brought up a good point, Micah, that his speed. People forget, if you go back and look at the Avengers show, he was keeping up with if not beating the Wizard from the Squadron Supreme in that Avengers Assembles. He was beating Wizard from Squadron Supreme and running, either beating him or at least keeping up with him. So, that's a good point.
And not only that, other people may be able to fly. The Hulk might not be a flyer, but he damn sure jump like he a flyer. Hey, that dude will get to any height that he needs to catch his fade every single time. You can't fly away from him. Only way you beating the Hulk is you got to have some kind of magic.
Well, yeah, I mean, Hulk never shies away from the fade, and like you said, height has never been a thing for him because he would definitely just snatch you out the air. And
notice people, I did say magic. So the damn the stones in the Infinity Gauntlet is basically magical powered. So I don't want to hear when he's like, "What about Thanos?" Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and MCU Hulk was
disrespected too.
Egregiously disrespected.
Really disrespected.
In live action. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Not today. Last matchup, we got, pull this thing up again one more time. Hopefully, boom, there it goes. We have Darkseid and Thanos. Now this is Thanos, no Infinity Gauntlet. Who we got, fellas?
Damn. I don't know. I just, this is gonna take some. Like, I think it's hard. It's hard to gauge the power of Thanos. Obviously Thanos is super strong, but I mean, at least every time I've pretty much seen him, he's beating the shit out the Avengers with at least a couple of the Infinity Gauntlet stones. I don't know how strong Thanos is without the Infinity Gauntlet. I really don't. So maybe I can shed some light on this.
The only reason, if you were to go with Darkseid, if that was your pick, his Omega beams might give him an advantage because he can do a lot with those Omega beams. He can kill you. He can teleport you to another place. He can do whatever he wants within that. And if it makes a difference, when you did see those two battle, you didn't really see the battle in DC versus Marvel back in the day, but they should have shown us that, but they didn't. But if you go back to, there's a Death Battle episode that put those two against each other. He had the stones, he had the gauntlet, and Darkseid still managed to win. So So if you give it the dark side, it's because of the Omega beams. You don't give it to him necessarily because of his strength and his power. You know, he's strong, but Thanos is just as strong, if not stronger. I
Most
think
definitely.
I think he's a better strategist. I think he's a better fighter. But
Oh,
if
for sure.
if you were to give Darkseid the edge, them damn Omega beams. Them that would be the reason why. And people forget he killed Supergirl with those Omega beams. So
Mm.
Yeah, I
Supergirl
think.
took that, think she was all that, and then she didn't know she was a pile of ash.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, when it comes to these two, and ultimately fighting Willie, you bring up a good point. I've seen that death battle as well. I've read the crossover comic, and Darkseid always seems to come out on top. The Omega beams are a literal cheat code.
Yep.
When thinking about everything that the Omega beams do and how Darkseid uses them, it's hard when even when you do give Thanos the stones, it's just hard because it makes everything that much worse, right?
And
Like,
remember too, and I got to give Darkseid his props on this. Go back and watch Justice League War. When they took the Omega beams away from him, he was still trying to whoop their ass.
he was still
Out there thugging.
He was still
yeah,
trying to whoop their ass. Eyes
yeah,
poked out. Flash took a crowbar. Bam! In one eye. Wonder Woman took her sword. Bam!
or
In the
yeah,
other eye.
yeah,
He was still up going, trying to kick their ass. So that's a tough call. That's a tough call.
very formidable, man. He's a very formidable person. I don't think a lot
Okay,
of people.
I think in a situation, so I think in a situation, if it's more than a one-on-one, I would probably choose Darkseid because there's a chance that he could catch this nigga off guard. But if you put him one-on-one in a desert somewhere, nobody to interrupt, I'd probably go with Thanos.
My only call for Paul for Darkseid. No, none of that motherfucker's plan work. At some point, he gets messed up and tripped up everywhere you go. Every plan he has, he messes up. You can go back to the day on that. I don't know if y'all were young enough to remember or old enough to remember. You remember that old superpower show that put Darkseid in there a little later on, back in the 70s, early 80s? They put Darkseid in there. He was messing up then, and he's been messing up ever since. Every plan he's had that really don't work out. The Absolute series is probably going to be the best way for him to really get stuff done. But if you go back to his history, all his plans eventually at the end of the day fail.
Yep, and that's the reason why him and Batman are constantly at wits, because Batman always seems to figure out his plans. He doesn't understand how, but his plans, he thinks his plans are intricate and detailed, but they're simplistic, which is why they get obviously
easy to figure out.
But I think that's a good matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we'll probably, we'll never, actually get the answer to it, but I think that's a matchup that can always cause for good conversation and good debate. So, we have. I know that we're gonna get into the WWE, right? We're gonna get into the WWE, but we've had got a few NFL honors, things going on over here. I don't know if you guys have been. I can't find the NFL. I was trying to watch it. I couldn't find it.
Congratulations to all the finalists that got named tonight. Jared Allen, deserve it. Sterling Sharp, way overdue for Sterling Sharp. Way overdue. Right. Eric Allen, okay, I can deal with that.
Okay.
Antonio Gates,
absolutely.
Can deal with that too.
Absolutely.
Josh Allen wins MVP.
Trash.
I thought that was interesting.
Sorry, trash. I don't care.
I thought it was interesting. The same person we blessed, I think the same person might have been the one to make that saw Lamar not win it. That's Derrick Henry. Think about it for a second. What was the one stat from Lamar that dropped off? Every other category, he was either where he was last year or beyond. But what's the one category that fell? Rushing touchdowns. Who took that away from him? Derrick Henry.
I tell you the one category that failed for Lamar Jackson. Okay. voters fatigue. That's the one
Facts.
category that failed. Voters fatigue.
Facts.
Yep.
Because they probably got tired of that Joker. This is when Embiid won over Joker that year.
Yes, for sure. I'd be the first one to tell you I had fatigue Joker too. So whatever. I had the Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley thing. So but I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, dog. I thought Saquon could have snuck up and done something crazy. I really did, because I feel like Saquon has been disrespected all season, and the Giants fucked up.
No,
and I like
man. Maybe here's the thing though with me. They've been trying to get this award to Josh Allen for years.
For years, man.
For years. They've been trying to get it to Josh Allen for years, man. And now they saw that little chink, and they finally did it.
They saw a little glimmer of light.
A little glimmer of hope.
Like it was like a flicker. Like
look,
you know how like when you see a piece of glitter at the right angle, that's what they seen, and it was like, oh, Josh Allen.
Yep.
Give Josh Allen. That was what that was.
You know, they got all that happened tonight, but you know who really stole the night? Bill Belichick showing up with his 24-year-old girlfriend. My dog.
That's my hero right there. That's my hero. That's my hero. I want to be 70, get me a 24-year-old. Let me be 75, give me a 21-year-old. That's what I'm talking about. 24-year-old. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm living my best life.
Man, but come on, we know what that is, y'all. Come on, y'all, we know what that is. She ain't in love with him. She ain't in love with what he got.
Oh,
I got plenty. Hey, Bill,
she ain't in love with what he got.
Hey, Bill don't give a damn. Bill over there talking about, I got plenty of money.
Hey,
I got plenty of money.
I got plenty of money. Hey,
Bill
but that's what it is, though. She don't love Bill. She love what Bill got.
What's in my pocket, dog? Big face, honey.
Big face, honey.
Yep. Oh, Eric Armstead won Walt Payton Man of the Year. Shout out to you, Eric Armstead.
Okay.
Shout out to you, bro.
Solid dude. Played against him in high school. A lot of my folks out here grew up with him. Played against him in high school. Or played against him at Pop Warner Middle School and stuff like that. But
y'all got all the win. Kevin O'Connell won Coach of the Year. Rightfully so.
Ain't got no problem with that.
Right, Joe Burrow won Comeback Player of the Year. He's probably gonna win another 2 times in his career. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Because he always hurt.
He gets hurt every other year. Like this is ridiculous.
Need to get a damn line.
Patrick Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't know about that.
I'm not too sure about that.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I'm not too sure about that one.
I ain't too sure about that one. There's some other names you could put in there.
Patrick Surtain.
I don't know about all that.
Defensive Player of the Year. You know what's crazy? I watched football all year, and I didn't hear not one person say Patrick Surtain should be Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they got tired of giving it to linebackers.
Facts. That could be it.
I mean, I probably would have gave it to Trey, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd have given it to Trey. That's just me. If you're not gonna give it to Miles again, but Pat, I'm not too sure about that. I don't know about all that, man.
What is it with these niggas named Pat? Both of them.
Patrick motherfuckers. Absolutely insane, bro. Absolutely insane. But we also have one Jared Verse winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then Jaden Daniels, of course, winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Who won Defensive Rookie of the Year?
One Jared Verse from the Rams, which I thought it was obviously going to be him because he's been one of the best rookies, defensive rookies since he came in the league.
He was balling. He was a part of the reason that defense had that surge during the second half.
Absolutely. Quite literally the reason. Quite literally
in bowling.
All right, fellas.
Cooper DeJean had a claim to it too. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not upset though. I think I'm not upset. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I like that. That's valid. All right, fellas. I got the Warrior Laker game on right now. but as we know,
They're paying you to watch the game.
well, it's really the only thing
They're
on right now.
paying you. They
Is
need to
Luka
pay you,
playing?
Moo.
Oh well, it's my team. I watch win, lose, blowout, or draw. So after this, I'm going to the gym.
We know, nigga. We know.
If you know, you know.
Is Luka playing?
Luka is not playing. Jimmy is not playing.
Of course. So what a wasted opportunity there. So once
Definitely.
again, another game I don't care about. I can't deal with that.
That's what I'm saying. They got to be paying Moo to watch that game, or they ain't no other reason to watch it if you ain't got them two playing.
I mean, yeah, I don't come cheap. So.
I thought Miami ain't get enough for that deal, though. I really did.
You don't think they got enough?
No, I don't think they got enough for that deal. I love Wiggins. He's younger. He fits in skill wise. Give me Kuminga and Moody too.
That's what I was thinking it was gonna go. But
that's just. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough because as old as Jimmy Butler is, you gotta realize what he did for that team. You gotta realize what he done. He raised his game every time he raised his game, got his team in the playoffs, took him to the finals at least. Now, if you could have got him over, it would have been a different story.
Hey,
I just think they ain't good enough.
I'm not gonna lie, Willie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel all of that. But here's the thing that handicap a lot of teams. They pay for what you have done and not what you're going to do.
This is true.
I don't think I absolutely don't. I don't think man, I think it was a good trade for both sides because in 2 years, Jimmy, he's probably gonna retire. He's not gonna play anymore. Steph Curry probably still be there. Steph can play probably till he damn near 50 because he can shoot lights out.
Plus, the way he plays ain't physical.
Right, a jump shooter. Yep. A jump shooter doesn't lose their touch. You lose your speed and you lose physical ability, but Steph will be 80 years old and can still fire that thing up like it's nothing, as long as he can still jump.
Shit, his daddy did.
Yeah, they'll play forever. I think it was I like the trade. I thought the trade
getting up back.
They did the Warriors give up a first round pick?
Yeah, they did.
Well, definitely if they gave a first round pick, I think that's pretty. You get Andrew Wiggins and a first round pick. I think that's pretty even for an agent because the Warriors want to win now, and Miami is
desperate to win now.
Right, but Miami is desperate to build for the future, and don't be surprised if two or 3 years from now you see Bam out of Miami too.
I believe it,
especially if Pat is still around. So
wouldn't see that.
Now you got the Warriors not counting tonight. If memory serves, they 26 and 25. I think they're the 8th seed in the West right now. Y'all think they hold on to that playoff spot? Y'all think they hold on to that spot?
We're a half a game back from the 8th. We currently 10th. We toggle between 10th, like between 10th, 9th, and 8th right now.
It's so crazy. Let me ask you
so bunched up.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Right? It's tough right now.
This is how crazy. I remember at one point in the West, there were teams winning 49 games and not getting into the fucking playoffs.
I remember that. Yep. Amen.
49. I remember one year. I think one team won 51 and was the 9th seed in the freaking West.
Yeah, that tell you how competitive that West is.
That 2000 them 2000s runs in the West with the Spurs, Mavs, and Lakers, man. Then you had Chris Paul and the Hornets. You had Darren Williams and the Jazz. Oh my God!
Darren Williams was that dude back then.
Darren Williams decided one day he woke up and forgot how to play basketball. I can't even understand it. But man, I think they could hold on. I think they'll make the play in because I don't think they're going to go any higher than 7, 8, 9, and 10 playing the play in. So I don't think they'll get any higher than 7. I just don't understand how Jimmy is going to fit on the team because Jimmy's not he's not a consistent enough outside shooter for Steve Kerr's system.
He's not even a volume shooter.
Right. Jimmy's a hardcore defender, and he'll get buckets. He's more now in this part of his career. He's more of an ISO player or a system player, which means he has the DeMar DeRozan thing going where he gets all his shots on mid range, and I don't hate it because I like this. This is basketball, and I like to see the basketball go in the hoop. I think a lot of people have forgotten about that in today's NBA because of Steph Curry. So,
and all the analytic people that are out there too,
just jackasses. I don't care.
Analytics say the 3 is better than the 2. Man, get the hell out of here.
Well, obviously people are going to say that because it's freaking worth more points. But you
got guys out there right now trying to shoot the 3. They can't shoot it.
Let me tell you, you could give me my choice between Shaq or Steph right now, and I'm taking Shaq.
Yep.
I don't give a damn how good Steph could shoot the ball. Shaq will go down there and get me 50 a night if I just give that dude the ball.
I'll give you another one. That's an automatic 2 from down there. Kevin McHale,
Hakeem. The 80s and 90s post players would terrorize this generation.
Yep.
Rasheed Wallace would be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
First ballot if he played in this generation.
Yep.
Easily. You got power forwards in this generation right now that can't score 20 on any given night because they're not skilled enough to. They're told, go sit out there on the 3-point line and we'll get you the ball maybe 2 or 3 times because it's a guards game. Rasheed wouldn't have played that shit.
Don't know how to play the post. Neither one, low or high. Neither one.
I tell you somebody else who could probably make the Hall of Fame they play in this generation. And Moo, you gonna like this. I know he on Gil's Arena, but Kenyon Martin would absolutely go crazy in this era of basketball. Kenyon Martin will go fucking ballistic.
Facts. Particularly New Jersey Nets version.
If Blake Griffin, all he did at the beginning of his career was dunk and then went to Detroit for those 2 seasons and averaged 22, 10 and like 5 assists or some shit like that. Imagine what somebody like Rasheed Wallace would do to this generation of basketball. Bruh. And I'm not talking about the early 2011s and I'm not talking about the 2011, 2012, 2013. That era was still pretty loaded for the most part with the end of the 2000s generation, LeBron in his prime. You got the end of D Wade, but in the first part of the 2010s, you got prime D Wade, who was the second best player in that finals. That Dirk won the finals MVP. So I don't know, man.
So many players back in the day was on that team. Was on that team.
And you know what? Analytics kill basketball. I can't even blame the Golden State Warriors.
Analytics. It was analytics. They did the same thing to baseball.
You know how no analytics killed the game? All Harrison Barnes had to do was make 1 fucking 3.
It was the same thing in baseball when Billy Beane brought that junk over to A's. He was playing their analytics game, and A's ain't been shit since.
You know, I know analytics kill basketball. 0 for 27.
There you go.
I lived it. You know how low analytics kill baskesketball? Because if they would have been smart, when Joe Johnson came in the game, Joe Johnson for those 10 minutes in the second quarter had a plus minus of 20, and they took the lead back and started winning. And then when the third quarter came, they opted to put PJ Tucker back in the game.
That's true.
ISO would have been killing Klay Thompson in isolation. Come on, man.
Yep.
He would have got some shots up.
That was his claim. That was Joe Johnson's claim to fame.
Man. Oh, reliving the past. Ignorant shit. How you have Lou Williams on the bench that whole second half for PJ Tucker?
I don't get that.
Ain't it frustrating? All right. Now, on the other side of this, the team, obviously, that the Warriors are playing, the Lakers, and Luka. We talked about this, of course, in extent and on Monday, but Luka's supposed to make his debut on Saturday. Well, Monday now, but he's supposed to make his debut soon. How do we think this is going to fit for the Lakers? Do we think that they maintain their number 5 spot, or do we think that they move up? Do we think they move down?
I like the Robert Williams deal because he fits the need of a big if he can stay healthy. He's only played like 38% of his games since he's been in the league. But if he can stay healthy, He gives him a rim protector who can run the court and score. So I do like that part of it.
Oh, pause. I must have missed something because I had no idea Robert Williams was on the Lakers.
No, what's his name? I keep forgetting his first name. From the Hornets.
Oh, Mark Williams.
Yeah. I keep forgetting his name.
I was going to say, hold on. We might be talking about something.
But nah, I like the move. I like the move for him. I like the move. He definitely fits the need. He got to stay healthy though. Like I say, he's only played about 38% of his games since he's been in the freaking league. And it also shows you Charlotte don't want to win nothing. Because I wouldn't have made that move for Connect. No. That ain't enough. No.
I think the Lakers are gonna fall. I'll be that guy. I don't care. I think they'll get into the play-in, but I think the duo of Anthony Davis and LeBron James is probably more formidable than the duo of LeBron and Luka right now. They're gonna have to figure it out. I seen somebody put I looked at the all-star teams. Shout out to Chuck for picking all the international players. Chuck trying to win something. Jokic about to tear their ass up in the All-Star game. But I seen something when somebody it's a Shaq that got LeBron and on his team because Kenny looked like he didn't know what the hell he was doing. But bro, they got Giannis, Victor Wembanyama, and Nikola Jokic on that team to go, which is something else we're gonna have to talk about later. Maybe next week. But I think the Lakers are going to slide. I think they'll at least make the play-in though. I think
yeah.
Post I've seen on Facebook said everybody on Shaq's team knows how to play off the ball. What's the first name at the top? LeBron James. Stop it. Okay? Just stop it. That's the reason why him and Westbrook couldn't coexist. It's exactly why him and Westbrook couldn't coexist. The exact reason. I mean, the Williams trade is cool, but I think they gave us somebody they probably should have wanted to hold on to.
Yeah.
Connect because he's one of the more consistent outside shooters. I don't think Luka is a consistent outside three-pointer yet. Can he make it? Is he league average? Absolutely. Do you want to leave him up from there? Hell no. Just like you don't want to leave LeBron on because he's an average three-point shooter too. But who's the dead eye on this team now to spread the floor so Luka and LeBron can get to the paint? Who's the dead eye shooter?
It's going to have to be Reeves.
It's going to have to be Reeves. And see, again, Reeves can play off the ball and Reeves can knock down the three. I don't know his percentage from three-point this year. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could Google search it up and check, but I mean, just they're top heavy now. I feel like they're top heavy as far as the rest of the season go. And I don't like it. It's just something about this team that doesn't mesh right for me. It's something about who's playing center now. I'm not saying power forward. I mean, who's the power forward? Like you gave up a center, you gave up your starting center, who's a power forward.
Yep.
To get a guard because you needed somebody obviously to replace D'Lo, but you lose your most dominant force on your team in that trade. And I'm sorry, some people will be like, well, LeBron is you need to go check that last game before Anthony Davis left. And that'll take the most dominant player on that team. Some of y'all some of y'all live off of names when you're talking about basketball and don't actually check. I don't want to hear nothing about LeBron being the dominant player on this dude, Anthony Davis, had 43 and 22.
Yep.
Enough said.
His days of being the best player on that team is gone.
Oh, absolutely.
I really think it is. And I think this move for the Lakers is not so much for this season, but maybe for the future.
It's definitely for the future.
Because because LeBron's not going to play forever. LeBron, what y'all think? LeBron maybe got one more year in him?
Yeah.
How long until Bryce is eligible to get to the NBA? I think he's a junior this year. He's
Yeah,
out there.
junior. I think he's a junior.
So he had to go through another year of high school, then another year of college, and then he could finally be drafted, or another year playing overseas, wherever the hell it is.
He gonna end up.
Pretty sure he's gonna end up in college. I think he's a better player than Bronny now than Bronny was in high school. So, I don't think I feel like LeBron can make a team every single year if he continues to play in the NBA. I just don't think he will, because I feel like Bron is one of those people that if I can't be a top 20 player, I don't want to play anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And those are expectations he set for himself.
Yep.
For himself.
He will be a good mentor for Luka for the next year and a half to 2 years. So maybe he could teach Luka how to get the hell in shape so he won't get injured no more. I'm just saying, landing on 260 compared to 240. Same thing with Zion Williamson. Landing on 260 compared to 240 is hella more of a pounding on your knees, bro.
Yep.
Like this generation lives on pure fucking talent. Like, it's ridiculous to me, and that's why the game of basketball has suffered. The NBA has suffered, and then people want to say the Euros killed the NBA. No, the Euros came over here more skilled.
The Euros making it better. They're making it better than what it is now, because our players are we gonna dunk and shoot the three. Okay.
The NBA, honestly.
Okay. Where's the rest of it? Where's the post up? Where's that? Who playing pick and roll nowadays? They're saying.
I don't know. It's everybody want the highlight. That's all it is.
Yep.
Everybody wants the highlight. That's what the NBA is about now. Everybody wants the highlight. Nobody wants to contest dunks because they don't want to be on a poster.
Mm-hmm.
This is why my favorite player to watch is Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards gonna go out. He might not be the best defender, but he's gonna go out there and compete every single time.
Yep.
Dame isn't the best defender, but Dame will go out there and compete every time. Giannis ain't the best shooter. He's gonna go out there and compete every single time.
Yep.
Draymond ain't the best basketball. He ain't a top 5, top 10, maybe not even top 30 player at the end of his career. But you know what? He's gonna go out there and compete.
Yep. When he ain't choking people out.
It's my boy.
It was one time, man.
My boy. All right, fellas. We got one more trade to talk about before we move on to this WWE greatness. Brandon Ingram has left.
I'm mad about that.
The Pelicans.
I'm mad about that. Only reason why I'm mad about that
has landed in Toronto.
You sent him to Toronto, and he ain't a number one player anyway. He's more of a number 2, maybe a number 3 type guy. So, unless, well, I guess that's them being cheap and not wanting to pay him. Kind of like they didn't want to pay Luka that Supermax. Because if they wanted to pay him, they would have been paid Brandon Ingram. So, yeah, you had to move him, but I don't see what he does for Toronto.
I see what he does.
Does he make him better? Does he make them better defensively? Does he may make them better on the offensive side of the glass because he can't score. Yeah. He can't rebound. I just don't see past that. How does he make that team better?
I see how he makes a team better. You know what? He makes a team better because he's a very, very, very valuable trade asset to try and kind of like how the Rockets did back in the early 2000s, in the late 2000s, to be able to trade and land an up-and-coming star in James Harden.
I remember that. Yep.
I mean, they turned around and got Kyle Lowry, and Kyle Lowry might be the best Raptor in history after Vince Carter. But if you weigh in the number of seasons he played, the number of conference finals, then he won a final alongside Kawhi. Kyle Lowry might be the best Raptor of all time.
Why would be sleeping on Kyle Lowry like that, though?
He has a case, and that closeout game against the Warriors, Kyle Lowry came out, I think, dropped 20 on their head in the first quarter. Kyle Lowry had a legendary closeout game too. He set the tone for them to win. I remember watching and Steph was just like, I can't do shit to him right now. He's going crazy. So, but I think in hindsight, Toronto's plan is to probably keep Brandon Ingram and hopefully not win a lot of games at a high clip and try and draft a franchise player so Brandon Ingram could be the second, Robin to the Batman.
Right, because I think I don't think he will be a top guy, but he's definitely a number 2.
Brandon Ingram is a consistent scorer. You can rely on him to score, and that's about it.
Yeah.
You can rely on him to score. I don't know. I don't think as of right now, I don't think he's better than him what Pascal Siakam was on that Raptors team, and probably a little bit better than OG Anunoby scoring wise. Anyway, I know he's better. I mean, just if you want to give up the defense for the offense, however you want to compare it, but I don't know what
to me. He's always been just a guy, and
oh no, I ain't gonna say that. No.
To me, he's just he's a good. He fits a role. He can score. He can defend, but that's about it. That's about it.
Here's the only thing I could dispute that with, because I just want to play devil's advocate while you're on. So
that's you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, right? We've never gotten to see Brandon Ingram as a true number 1. Even when Zion was out, they leaned more on. Oh my God, why can't I think of this dude's name right now from Portland? My goodness.
CJ
McCollum.
They leaned a lot on McCollum when because even when Williamson was out, Brandon Ingram missed a lot of time too.
He did. To be fair, he did.
And so he left it. He got traded out of LA, went to New Orleans. Then when he got to New Orleans the following season, they get Zion. Zion obviously was drafted to be the franchise player. Well, we know that didn't work out well. Yep. And they made the trade for CJ. They had those 2 good seasons in New Orleans. I mean, they weren't great seasons. They were just pretty good seasons. They got to the playoffs, and we've never gotten to see like Brandon Ingram as a true number 1. Maybe Toronto sees something in him like the Rockets saw in James Harden, because I knew James Harden was going to be good. I didn't know James Harden was going to be that though. So, you get a chance for somebody to unload maybe a potential star player that we have that has been told he has to fit a role or play a role, and now you give him free reign and see what he can do. And I mean, you never know. So yeah, that's my take on what they see in him. They're trying to probably find a hidden gem that nobody was particularly looking at. But I tell you what, the trade I want to talk about is the Mavs weren't done yet. The pickup for Caleb Martin that came through my phone was absolutely wicked, bro.
Yeah.
Wicked. Yeah. You now have Lively off the bench. You now have Caleb Martin off the bench.
They stat, bro.
Man. And
they stat, bro.
Name today off the bench. The
only reason why I would have kept Grimes is because he's a good point guard and he's pretty much on a lesser salary. You give Philly a good backup point guard, a young point guard, to back up Tyrese Maxey. That was my only call for pause, is because he's on a cheaper deal.
Oh, right. But and you still got Dinwiddie.
And you still got Spencer Dinwiddie. Yep.
Bruh. Yep. That second unit is sick.
They stat, man.
Very much so. Very much so.
And then
I think
if AD misses any time, you got somebody that's battle tested, been on the team, been to the finals already, to replace him at power forward with Derek Lively.
And when he comes back, he'll be at his natural before when he comes back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're as good roster wise as Oklahoma City, but we've already seen the Mavericks take them out. So
yeah, thanks to the phenomenal play of Luka and the of OKC. But OKC got the experience now.
They got the experience. They're a little different.
They got the experience now. But I'm not sleeping on this Mavs team. They can play defense. They can play pick and roll. Clay is still there. So
and much like OKC.
Yeah. They can play. They can match up with them a little bit better now.
OKC got Chet.
Yep.
Mavs got Anthony Davis.
Didn't Chet come back tonight? I thought I saw him back out there tonight or tomorrow night.
I think he comes back tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, Then you got Kyrie and Shea. You got Clay and goddamn, what's the shooting guard name in OKC?
Which one? Who you talking about? Lou Dort or
Dort? Good old Dort, man. Hey.
Yep. And then you got Caruso giving hell off the bench for OKC. So
Caruso,
which was a wild pickup, by the way. One of the more underrated pickups.
Still pissed me off. We ain't get no damn draft pick for that.
Bro. So before we move on from these trades, what about these dudes trading Kevin Porter Jr. to Milwaukee for a bag of chips?
That don't make no sense to me.
Milwaukee also got Kyle Kuzma as well.
Now, I ain't worried about Kyle Kuzma. Don't
know what they're trying to do, but
the Bucks are trying to get younger. And when you look at it at the end of the day, they need to get younger, but they need better talent to fill those roles. I don't think Kuzma's that guy.
Hold on, wait. Kuzma did play a good role when he wasn't the main guy. And he was brought to the Wizards to be one of the main guys. Now you get back to a defining role where you're going to get probably more favorable matchups because everybody
he'll probably be a number 3 there. Your number 3 option.
Maybe.
Your number 3 guy probably. I just ain't never been a fan of Kyle Kuzma.
I guess that's what he has to be since they traded Chris Middleton.
I just never been a fan of Kyle. Even when on that bubble championship that he won, I just never been a fan of Kyle Kuzma. Never.
I don't like his attitude. So
yeah.
I don't like the way he dresses.
Oh, for shit, sure.
For sure.
When you make that much money, you can wear whatever the fuck you want to, though.
Nah, Hunter to Cleveland. That was the big one for me.
Hell no. When you make that much money, you're supposed to look better.
Yeah.
Goddamn, bro looks like a fucking jigsaw puzzle every time.
Hey man, these NBA players think they dripping, dog. You can't tell them nothing.
It ain't even the NBA players. It's everybody because like it's even the NFL players because you got these motherfuckers be coming into the stadium looking like freaking Fruity Power Rangers and shit, bro. Like I don't like it. Wear regular clothes. Wear your regular clothes.
I tell you what, I'd be like Cody Rhodes. I'd be dripping in every tailor-made suit I can.
Thank you. Like a suit, bro. Like show up business casual or something. Like you ready for business. I don't know. But
what a segue. What a segue to WWE.
But I'm going to tell you that real quick. I'm going to tell you the trade I did.
That's it right there. Stop coming dressed like your favorite WWE character, dog.
But real quick, I just want to say the trade that I really like happened now today. DeAndre Hunter to the Cavs. I love that move. That move.
That is a really
that's the move right there because he can match up with Brown or Tatum, and that's the move right there. I love that move for them. Love it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Now, as we transition into the WWE, fellas, I got a question for you. How'd you guys like the Royal Rumble?
Which one?
Men or women?
Or are you just talking about overall?
We'll start overall, and then I'll break it down as far as men and women.
Y'all want to go on a scale of 1 to 10, or y'all want to do the A, B, C, D, F thing?
1 to 10 is cool with me.
Yeah, 1 to 10 is fine.
Okay. I will say the Royal Rumble could have been a 10. It could have been a 10. If it wasn't for that still ass win they gave Charlotte.
Don't be hating that Charlotte like this.
I'm not hating on her. It's just like every time you win a championship,
oh my gosh,
you come around, you hold it for a while, you lose it, and as soon as you lose it, you're gone. And the next time we see you, you're right back competing for that championship again. You're in the running for the championship again. It's stupid. It's stale. It's dry. But there are a lot of people out there who live and die for Charlotte Flair. Respected. I think. What other match did we get? We got the Motor City.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 3 falls match. That was pretty stale. It was a filler match. Yeah, I give it a solid 8, which is pretty damn good for a pay-per-view.
That's actually pretty solid.
Oh, my bad. My bad. It's a PLE now, not a pay-per-view.
Yeah, PLE.
Gotta be specific. Willie, what you think?
7.
7?
The only reason why I give it a 7, I didn't like the fact that Charlotte won. I thought they were going to take this opportunity to put it on somebody different, someone who needed that push. The last person who needed this push was Charlotte Flair. I didn't like the men's Royal Rumble was all right. I love the fact that Jay won it, but the match itself could have been a little bit better. But yeah, I'll give it a 7 because I don't like the fact you just give Charlotte the opportunity. And then the other thing I don't like about it, the rumor mill and the dirt sheets is saying she's gonna go against Tiffany Stratton. I don't like that. I thought she was gonna be, if you're gonna put her in that role, I thought they were gonna go against Rhea, but you're gonna put her against Tiffany Stratton.
I thought about Tiffany Stratton. I was like, hopefully she goes against Tiffany Stratton because Rhea has already established dominance. So if you really want to make a legit championship run out of Tiffany Stratton, she should win at WrestleMania.
She should. She should. She ain't, but she should. She should. Because you got to give her a definite win at some point. You got to give her a definite win to prove that she's legit. I just don't. And Tiffany, she just got the belt, and she's the hottest female over there right now. So
they did the same thing with DP. So
yeah. I just don't like the fact Charlotte won. I just don't. You could have put it on somebody new who needed a push, and there's plenty of women in that organization that need a push. Plenty of women. I mean, what you done did with Bianca Belair now? What did you do with her? She was here for a second.
But I thought they were going to use the Royal Rumble to push one of their new people that came up from NXT. Like,
that's what I was thinking.
Whether it was Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend, I mean, I didn't care. Obviously, nobody still in NXT was going to win, so that didn't surprise me at all. Nobody from NXT was going to win. Mm-hmm. But like, you could have used that chance to put Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend. Hell, you could have used that chance to put Naomi over the top so she could finally get another run at a championship.
You could have used this opportunity to bring somebody who just got out of TNA, Jordan Grace. You could have you could use this opportunity to give her a shot. She looked great in that Royal Rumble, man. She looked fantastic in that Royal Rumble.
Hey, shout out to the TNA stars because Joe Hendry came in and he was acting a fool, man.
Yep. But I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a solid 7. But I do like the fact that Jay won because Jay got screwed over in that U.S. title run. He got screwed over.
I don't think he got screwed over in the U.S. title run. Did I like it at the time? No, but I understood you had to put Jay back in the bloodline to complete that story, just for that match. And then it was like, okay, he's too over to stay in the U.S. title role right now. So when you take the U.S. title off of him, same thing they did with Gunther. They took the U.S. title off of Gunther and moved Gunther up to main event.
But at least Gunther held it for a while.
Well, Gunther held, was it?
He broke the Miz's record.
True.
Yeah.
He broke the Miz's record. Okay. So he had a good little run with it.
I think the Gunther one made sense because at the time Roman Reigns had the undisputed, the longest run for undisputed as well.
Right.
So I felt like that made sense. But overall, look, you didn't like the men's Royal Rumble. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was freaking crazy.
Could have been better.
The only thing I didn't like about it was, for the most part, how they let the ending play out. I get it.
Okay.
Y'all want to have
my next question. I want you to elaborate.
Huh?
That's my next question. I want you to elaborate.
With the ending with John Cena? I don't think John Cena should have been one of the last two in. I think you probably should have used this time to do what you did with Gunther in his first Royal Rumble, even though it wasn't Drew McIntyre's first Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre should have stayed in the longest. He probably should have came in either number 2 or number 3, like Gunther did, and lasted all the way to the last two people at the end. Even if you were going to give Jay the win, you should let him last the whole match.
My only issue with the fact that John Cena shouldn't have been in the match, because you already heard he's going to be at Elimination Chamber. So, I mean, I know you had to put him there because it's part of the show, and everybody wants to see him compete and try to get number 17. He going to be in the Elimination Chamber.
There's a lot of people going to be in the Elimination Chamber that was in the Royal Rumble. There's 6 of them.
Yep.
I think John absolutely had to come in. It wasn't surprising that at the end he was one of the last 2, just because,
of course,
he is older and he wasn't going to stay in the Royal Rumble that whole time. And obviously they didn't want to put him out there and eliminate him too early.
Yep.
The person who I thought didn't need to be in the Royal Rumble was Dominic Mysterio. Not gonna lie to you.
Ooh, that's a take.
I didn't think Dominic needed to be in the Royal Rumble.
That's a take.
Hey, look, I love the heat he's getting. I don't think Dominic needs the Royal Rumble because all they did was make him a pushover. All they did was make him push over in the Royal Rumble. Who they should have put there instead was Trick Williams.
Trick.
And push everybody up and have Trick come in after Melo had eliminated, like Melo went crazy in the beginning. So after he eliminated like 4 people, you should have had Trick come out instead of Dominic Mysterio and play, because everybody still knows about that feud. I mean, that was the feud that finally got Melo to jump up to the main roster because they needed to take the belt off of him. And then give him his farewell match to NXT. So I mean, I enjoyed the men's Royal Rumble. I just didn't like the ending. The ending at least.
My favorite part was when Braun Breaker speared the hell out of old boy.
The
hell out of old boy. Scow. I mean, it's like that was like an airplane taking off and crashing.
And then I could live with Dominic being in there. Take that trash ass dude out. I show Speedo, whatever the hell his name is. Why is he there?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he there? Put somebody in there. Damn these YouTubers that they keep bringing. Other than Jake Paul, because Jake Paul actually can wrestle. Or is it Logan?
Yeah.
Logan
Paul
actually wrestles. So I have no problem with Logan. But whatever. I give it. Damn, Will, you might have talked me down to a 7-2.
Because think about it for a minute.
I don't like the end. The men's one was pretty good up until that dry ass spot in the middle. And then they started bringing out all the heavy hitters after all and then the women's, you let Charlotte, you bring Charlotte back. Charlotte should have challenged Chelsea Green, or who has the what is it? What's the other? Is it the US or the IC that Chelsea doesn't have? It's Chelsea and who are the other girl that's the mid-card title holders? I can't think of a name. But
can't remember her name either.
Why not have Charlotte come back and take a hold of one of those?
Make Charlotte work for it. That's my thing. Make her work for it.
Let her hold one of them for 5-6 months and be like the Miz and work it and bring notoriety to it.
Exactly.
Have her start a beef with one of the champions. Then pull it up off of her. Somebody interfering, she loses, and then she goes back and she competes again on the top. Why are you putting her right back in the main event scene? I don't know. I don't want to see her. NXT is too stacked to have Charlotte win. The women's division is too stacked. At one point, it made sense to have her win all the time, or have her hold a championship. It don't make sense no more.
Nope.
There's a lot more talented women, and some of these girls are absolutely insane freak athletes.
WWE need to get out that comfort zone. They need to get out that comfort zone, because now the only thing they waiting on is Becky Lynch to come back. Then it's going to be the same thing all over again.
I think they said there's a high probability that Becky Lynch will retire.
She needs to.
I read it. It says she might not. She's contemplating on whether she's coming back or not.
She needs to retire.
She don't need it. Got her all on the road.
Mm-hmm. Go on, retire, Becky.
Next question.
And Seth is a bigger draw. So
yeah.
Good point. Very point. I think both of you guys make valid points. I think the event overall went over smooth. I thought the ladies' Royal Rumble was kind of
lackluster.
Definitely.
It was just good. It was good. It
was good. It wasn't necessarily, it didn't have the wow factor, I guess. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The men's I thought was interesting. I thought the reaction at the end was very interesting. Both on air and off air, meaning the fans, social media, etc., etc. But how we feeling about Alexis Bliss coming back?
Love it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I love Alexis Bliss.
I ain't never been a Blitz fan, but I was glad to see her. I was happy to see her.
I was very happy to see that.
Very happy to see her come back.
I knew she was gonna come back with something with Tribute and Bray Wyatt because she's been gone since before he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Absolutely.
But I mean, why bring her back and go back to that persona? Because then she's gonna have to get involved with the Wyatt Six going with that persona. Bring her back as the Alexis Bliss before the persona, or come up with something new for her. Like, I don't think. I mean, the Wyatt Six is I mean, they're good, but they're not doing anything insane.
Earth shattering. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I get it. You want to keep Bray Wyatt alive.
Most
but
definitely.
Alexa Bliss has more. The Bray Wyatt and the whatever they called her persona on the Bray Wyatt. I have no idea what that shit was called. It carried all the way through COVID, and then until she got pregnant and had to leave wrestling. She should have came back as the old Alexa Bliss.
The old Alexa Bliss in WWE or the old Alexa Bliss in NXT?
Either one would have been refreshing to see. Either one.
Honestly.
Either one would have been refreshing. I don't want to see the fireball shit no more that they had during COVID.
Right.
I don't want to see the Alexa Bliss is like this and following your every move. And I don't want to see none of that. And I think Liv Morgan has took on the persona that Alexa Bliss had before she did before she linked up with Bray Wyatt. So I'm thinking they probably should have went back to the NXT Alexa Bliss, because that was in the early stage of NXT when a lot of people wasn't watching.
The cheerleader. Alexa Bliss. But it was good to see her back. It was good to see her back, though. Good to see her back.
I'm absolutely ecstatic to see her back. I was a big Alexa Bliss fan.
And I was sort of kind of shocked they was able to put a deal together, because there was rumors out there saying she wanted a new deal. And WWE said, no, we don't want to pay you on a new deal. We still going to pay you on that old deal that you had before you left. But they was able to work that out and bring her back.
Well, at the end of the day, she's a professional, and she knew she missed 2 years of a contract. So it's like, okay, when you go out on maternity leave, we still pay you while you're on maternity leave for the most part, and then when we stop paying you, your contract is on halt. And so, I mean, that's the way business works.
But they was able to figure it out and bring her back, and it was good to see her back.
It's kind of like one of them things with Carson Palmer when
I'm that
no more, and he retired, and he had to wait out the whole retirement before he could come back and go to a different team.
Yep. Before he went to Arizona.
Yep.
I like that. Now, previewing something before we get to this next kind of news that I'm about to drop on you guys. But what we thinking about the Elimination Chamber? Now, we understand that that's going to have implications on WrestleMania, April 19th, 2025 in Vegas. Just so happens to be my birthday. So I'll see if I can make some things happen on that day.
I forgot you and my birthday have the same birthday. Absolutely did.
But how are we feeling about the Elimination Chamber, man? March 1st in Toronto.
Have they announced all the entrants?
I don't think so. I know John. We know John Cena.
We know John's gonna be there. Yeah,
John's gonna be there. CM Punk is gonna be, because CM Punk's
gonna be there. But what surprises do we think is gonna happen for the Elimination Chamber? Because we already know there's always one. So who do we think is gonna be the surprise entry that we kind of didn't expect?
Nobody. I think they're too stacked at the top right now. You just had the whole feud outside the ring between Seth, Roman, and was it Drew or CM Punk? I forgot who the third person was. But Seth curb stomped Roman, and I think it was CM Punk that went after Seth Rollins when he
Yep,
got knocked
CM Punk.
out.
Yeah, because CM Punk and Seth had their little match after.
I don't know if they're going to take Roman off screen for a while because we haven't heard anything about Roman entering, but I mean, for sure, we know we got. They could make this one of the best elimination chambers ever, just with the amount of feuds going on outside of the main title picture. Seth and Drew don't like each other. CM Punk and Seth don't like each other. Roman is on a mission to get back to the top. John Cena's in his last year, so that's 5 people right there that should be in there automatically. Seth, John, Roman, CM Punk. Who did I miss? So that and Drew. That's 5 of them right there. So maybe the 6th entrant surprised me. Maybe I don't know. I don't think they can. I don't think Elimination Chamber is an event full of surprises. It's more like taking your star and probably Damian Priest. So I don't think the eliminate. Now I think if any surprises happen, it would be in the qualifying matches.
Yeah.
Because now you have to have qualifying. It's not like how back in the day where they just used to designate.
Put your name in there and that's it.
Right. So if somebody knocks off, maybe ain't nobody knocking off Roman in a regular match, so we can get it out of our heads. But maybe somebody knocks off. Maybe Solo comes back or Jacob Fatu knocks off.
I'm thinking Jacob.
I don't know.
I'm thinking Jacob.
Maybe Jacob knocks off Damian Priest or something.
Yeah.
And everybody's shocked. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the surprise will have to happen in the qualifying matches. It won't happen at the Elimination Chamber unless somebody waits till somebody kicks off Elimination Chamber and they haven't been on screen in a while and they come back and cut a promo. Outside of that, though, you're not going to get any surprise entrance.
I heard they are really high on Jacob. Really high.
The fans are really high on Jacob, so
That's my boy. Shout out to my boy.
Yeah. They really high on Jacob.
Well, since Moo's afraid to say, that's my nigga. Jacob is okay. I don't care. That man he's a black man in Samoan body. I don't care.
If you know, Jacob, he out here.
That man was causing hell before he even got to the E.
Oh yeah, he out here Sacramento. He's him and his family are well known. Know some cousins that play football with. So shout out to my boy Jacob, man. Good to see him, doing big things. We all know about his past, especially if you're from the Sacramento area. So it's good to see him doing some things that's productive, and just being a real treasure to TV now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Jacob, that's my dog, man. Really dope entertainer. But if you know Jacob, he's been like that his whole life. So
yep.
I think it's gonna be interesting, man. Really interesting. WWE, like DJ Micah B has been harping since a few episodes ago, is literally at its highest point that we've seen. Right? It's literally it's as popular as it's been, and gaining more popularity as it continues to grow.
And who came on this program and said it was irrelevant? Who said that?
All I know is
who said that?
When CM Punk were on.
I wasn't here that night. Who said that?
We did have a guest that came on here and
I
would say that WWE or wrestling wasn't as relevant as it was before. But I would argue that it's even more relevant than it was before.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what I told him. I said now they're putting out a product where the adults enjoy it and the kids enjoy it. Whereas when we were younger, that was catered in the Attitude Era for nothing but adults.
I'll take it a step further. With all the movement you're seeing within pro wrestling itself is at an elevated level now. Go back and look at what TNA is doing. Yeah, you lost a few folks, but they're still kicking ass over there. Look at what AEW is doing. They need to regroup a little bit, but they still kicking ass. But they still kicking ass. But they still kicking ass over there. So I think pro wrestling as a whole has been elevated.
This is true, man. This is true. So If you're gonna come up here and try to, do the wrestling talk, especially when my boys up here, you better come correct, man, because they will school you. All right, they come with the cast irons hot, ready, and the vegetables already cut up, ready, diced, and ready to go, man. They throw you on a skillet real quick. You know what I mean? So,
real quick before we get off Royal Rumble, let me ask you guys a question. Cody versus Kevin. Did y'all like that match?
I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad at it.
I wasn't mad. I thought it was a good well, I guess yeah. I thought it was like a good main event to before obviously the men's wrap it up.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that's a good way to bring it in.
And it was a good way to bring Sami Zayn back into a feud with Kevin Owens.
Heck yeah.
I'm tired of seeing it. But the whole time, Kevin Owens has been justified. And Sami had it coming. He was straddling the fence too much. He had it coming.
Fair.
He was straddling the fence too much.
Fair to say.
And we all knew going into that match, Cody Rhodes wasn't going to lose the belt. They're not going to make Cody lose the belt probably until WrestleMania or SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Depending on who he gets matched up against. So
I like that. I'm with that.
I'm looking forward to this Solo and Jacob Fatu beef, though. I know it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I think it's going to be for control of the bloodline, but that's just me.
I think Jacob is going to feel like Solo left him.
Yeah.
And Solo now, when he comes back, has to acknowledge Roman Reigns as tribal chief because Roman won the Ulafala.
Yeah.
And Jacob is going to refuse to do it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, most definitely. If you know, you know. Like if you know, you know. So, before we get out of here, before we get these final thoughts, there was talks of a Canelo Bud Crawford fight. It was scheduled for May, right? But that unfortunately fell through due to a now fully set in stone, carved signatures, contracts have been signed. Fight in May between one Canelo and Jake Paul. And no, I'm not exaggerating. No, I'm not playing. This is not a joke. They annexed a fight of the century, essentially. Mm-hmm. Canelo v. Bud Crawford for Canelo v. Jake Paul.
I thought Jake and Logan was supposed to fight.
I saw that somewhere too.
I saw the same thing. I thought the same thing.
I saw that somewhere too. And yeah.
I thought that this Canelo, Jake Paul thing, I didn't think that it had any
teeth to it.
I didn't think, because I'm thinking, right, like you got the Emirates, they're fronting this event, they're throwing up the cash, right? So I'm thinking, Canelo, he didn't want to sign the contract earlier a few years before because the money didn't line up, right? And obviously the weight class thing, right? But now you got the money thing, you got the weight thing, right? To where now Bud has to come up and everybody's worried about his speed and all the stuff like that, and it's set in stone. But you annex that fight, a super mega fight with a crazy probably crazy purse for a fight with Jake Paul.
That makes no sense to me. And who asked for that?
Thank you.
Who asked for that?
Thank you.
I ain't asked for that. One of y'all asked for that?
I ain't asked for that at all. I wanted to see Bud and Canelo.
Welcome to this age of boxing. Back in the day, it was like, here's the number one contender. You're fighting him.
Yep.
The thing that made boxing fun was you had heavy hitters going against it. It wouldn't even have to be, it could have been any weight class. Here's your number one contender.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the champion. I don't give a damn what you gotta say. You're fighting him. You're not picking your own fights. You're not gonna sit there and pick. Boxing needs to go back to making that person fight the number one contender.
Agreed.
I absolutely hate it. Like,
guys back then competed. They competed against the best competition. And you can go back and see some of the old time matches that we got compared to today. Sugar Ray, Hearn, Tagler, some of the all-time greats. They fought each other and they still talk shit about it.
Muhammad Ali took on everybody.
Yep. He ain't dug nobody. Don't make no sense to me.
This is disgusting, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you got all the previews of boxing coming up this year, right? You know, you got Ryan and freaking what's his name, Devin Haney from on the same card. We got Tank fighting again. Boots is about to make his appearance again in 2025. Shakur Stevenson is going to make his appearance again in 2025, right? Like, if the Charlo brothers can get out of their own head, they're going to make an appearance again in 2025. Caleb Plant, like, all of these boxers are going to make an appearance in 2025 again, and we're supposed to be looking at some high-level fights, but we annexed one of the biggest fights, if not the biggest fight that we've probably seen in the last 10, 15 years for
One of the Paul brothers.
A low Jake Paul Canelo fight. And the only reason why I'm not too upset about this is because Canelo, you better beat the dog shit out of that man.
Dog walk him.
Like, I'm not even talking, like, I don't care about the clauses. I don't care about the rules. This better not be no fucking stupid ass, no knockdown. Oh, he can't do. Nah, bro. Like, Canelo, your rules. I need your rules, your weights, your purse, all of that, bro. And walk this man.
Let them go at it.
He doesn't belong in this crowd.
I would also like to point out the fact that Floyd is older, and for those of you that don't know or don't care to know because y'all hate Floyd Mayweather so much, Mayweather actually knocked out Jake Paul in that fight and caught him and held him up. Knocked his ass out, and walked 2 steps with him and held him up and shook him for him to wake back up. Knocked him out.
Hey, wake up.
We ain't done.
The fight's not over yet, bro. You still got like 2 more rounds before you're.
You better dog walk this dude like Mayweather did Conor McGregor inside this ring, bro. For real.
Talk about it, dog.
Agreed.
For real.
Come on.
I'm talking about. We just saw one of the greatest boxers of all time in Clarissa Shields jump up to heavyweight and beat the heavyweight champion, bro. Mm-hmm. There is no excuse for you to even have a close match. You better beat the fuck out of this dude.
Yep.
Walking.
Like, Jake Paul might be the most rated boxer on. He's finally boxing a boxer, bro.
A true boxer. Somebody who's a champion.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you better walk him, bro. You better walk him, dog. I'm talking about you better do him so fucking weird. Okay?
I don't care Jake Paul is a natural heavyweight. He's not a great boxer. He's not a skilled boxer like Canelo. Like, Mayweather won. Mayweather didn't run from hits or duck him or nothing. Mayweather won.
Mm-hmm.
And Canelo's younger than Mayweather. Canelo should beat the dog. And Canelo has considerably stronger knockout power than Floyd does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Considerably stronger. So come on, man. Just do it. Do it for the whole world, please.
Do it for the world, dog. Okay?
Yep.
Do it for the world, man.
Do it for the people that actually love the sport of boxing. And not people, these media personalities making a mockery out of it. Please.
Thank you. Literally. Just please.
There you go.
Thank you. Just that simple. But you already know what time it is, fellas. Let's go ahead and get these final thoughts, starting with my boy, Steamin' Willie Beeman. Talk to us, man.
Real quick. Fuck Rob Manfred. Fuck Jerry Krause. Fuck Jerry Reinsdorf. Fuck Taylor Swift. And check out.
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
Everybody
rocking with it.
I'm sorry. I don't identify with her. I don't know none of her songs. I don't know her music. I don't know nothing about her. So fuck Taylor Swift. But check out the Sports Report podcast every Monday, 10 p.m. on Wild Wild Sports. Me, Seven, and the crew get you caught up on everything that goes down in the world of sports, football, basketball, baseball. We got it. We keep up with it. And then join me every Saturday night for the Geek Outlet podcast on ESEN, Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. We get you caught up in the world of anime, gaming, and of course comics. So definitely check out my two shows.
There you go, DJ Michael B. Talk to us, man.
I don't know where Willie got all that hatred from tonight, but I fuck with it.
I'm here for it.
I'm not gonna lie. The fuck Taylor Swift one took me out, and I know Taylor Swift's music, so that was absolutely hilarious. All right. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow to watch the best damn football show on the internet. Period. With Moo and Picante, aka Mel. You know, football Super Bowl coming up this week. It is Super Bowl week.
Yep.
Right after I'm done with my final thoughts before we go to Moo, we're gonna kick it back to Willie because I need a prediction. But and then of course Basket Monday again. You got Moo, you got Troy, you got Boo Up. I popped up last week. Who knows what the hell could happen? But I'm pretty sure everybody in Basket knew I was coming on Monday. It wasn't no surprise to nobody.
Knew you wasn't missing that though.
And then of course Wednesday you got Gentleman's Talk. You'll be there with me, Rod, and possibly Moo. Because Outlaw is out right now and GQ is in track season. So, and that will bring us back to next week right here, PVT Thursday. Fly Eagles fly.
Agreed.
Well, there we go. Y'all heard the final thoughts. My final thoughts are as follows. Fuck Patrick Mahomes, fuck the Chiefs, fuck everybody, go Raiders, because we coming in 2025.
The Raiders ain't even in the Super Bowl. He said the Raiders.
And I'm gonna reiterate, go Raiders, because I'm a salty Raider fan, and that's what we do. So and fuck everything about Kansas City and Patrick
fuck
Mahomes.
The Giants, by the way.
Oh God, yes.
And yeah, make sure y'all tune into the rest of the show throughout the rest of the week. Inside the Huddle, talking that itch on Friday, on Monday, basket to basket, to discuss more of this NBA madness. The NBA said, "Whose ratings dropping?" We're gonna talk about it on Monday. That's Gentleman's Talk on Wednesday. PVT, you know we back on Thursday, and then we double back on Friday talking that ish. Don't forget to tap in with my boy Willie shows, the Sports Report on Mondays. It comes on right after Basket to Basket. I'm tired of telling y'all that, bro. It comes on right after Basket to Basket, so you can't fucking miss it, dog. After we leave, make sure that you stay there because he coming right on after us.
Yep.
Y'all better stop playing. Well, I'm not going to tell you again. I'm going to start putting y'all on punishment, okay? And then make sure that you tap in on Saturday, the Geek Outlet podcast. Willie, I will be waiting for that link because I ain't doing shit on Saturday, so make sure you shoot that motherfucker my way. And we're going to talk about some good old sports. We're going to talk about some good old anime, some good old comics. And y'all know what it is, man. Make sure you guys keep commenting, subscribing, following, and yeah, we will keep going up, man. Appreciate everybody for sliding through tonight. Appreciate all of the viewers. Make sure you guys if you missed today's show, we can always go back on our YouTube page, YouTube channel, From the Sideline, all one word, podcast, and go ahead and watch any of the shows that we have shot throughout the week, just to see what the hell we've been talking about. So without further ado, we will see y'all next week, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.